I'm Ann Trujillo with your Denver 7 update. The Cameron Peak fire just keeps growing, expanding toward Fort Collins. It grew another 6,000 acres overnight. It's now 164,000 acres. And the fire is creeping closer to Estes Park, and that is where we find Denver 7's Jason Grenauer.
And if the growth in the smoke plume from this afternoon is any indication, that fire is likely continuing to grow. And that means so is the worry here in town in Estes Park, as well as for those under mandatory evacuation who live even closer to the fire line.
It's surreal.
Smoke blanketed Estes Park this morning as those living north of town are turned away at road checkpoints.
What I have as far as my daughter, my animals, that's the most important thing for me right now.
Gloria Oots was evacuated from Glen Haven, only a few miles away, as the fire burns closer and closer to her home.
It was just crazy. I started getting a little nervous and started resigning myself to thinking, you know what, we're just going to lose everything at this point.
Winds weren't as bad on Thursday, which did allow for airdrops and not as much extreme fire behavior.
So we're going to have resources, including structure protection resources, really concentrated in this area in here. The area of Storm Mountain, Cedar Park, the Retreat, Glen Haven, and Estes Park.
Fire officials said they have beefed up the number of crews in those areas to try to save homes, as power crews turned off more power to affected and evacuated areas, and even more sections of Rocky Mountain National Park were closed.
It's close, you know, and as you can see, there's dry fuel everywhere.
Photographer and Estes Park resident Brett Rios took these photos of the fire as it exploded in size yesterday. He and all of Estes Park are hoping for better today.
We're hoping that with today the wind staying down, that they're able to get attacked on it and start getting some defensible lining in. But we're concerned about tomorrow, the winds that are going to be brought up tomorrow, and it pushing the fire again.
So many places continue to be under that mandatory evacuation order, but earlier this afternoon, the Larimer County Sheriff's Office did lift those voluntary evacuation orders for several neighborhoods, including Crystal Lakes and Red Feather Lakes. We have the full list of evacuations from the largest wildfire on record in our state's history up right now on thedenverchannel.com. Reporting in Estes Park, I'm Jason Grenauer, Denver 7.
And just southwest of that fire, the East Troublesome fire in Grand County has grown exponentially in the last 24 hours. This time yesterday, it was just 400 acres, and now it's at 3,700 and has yet to be contained. High winds early this morning led to evacuations in Bighorn Park. So far, Hot Sulphur Springs is not being evacuated, but areas just outside of town are. And new tonight, as coronavirus cases continue to rise in Colorado, more restrictions are coming to Denver. Exactly what they are, Denver officials are not just saying yet. Denver's Department of Public Health will only say they are working on new restrictions due to the spike in cases and hospitalizations. And they expect those to come out sometime between tomorrow and early next week. Also today, another grim milestone for Colorado. We hit the highest increase in new COVID-19 cases with just over 1,100. And that is the biggest jump that we've seen since this pandemic began. And unfortunately, bed counts just keep rising as well. 420 people are currently being hospitalized for COVID-19. The state can hold thousands more, but with numbers like these, new restrictions could be coming for other counties as well, not just Denver. Thanks for watching this Denver 7 update. Make sure to download the Denver 7 app for your smartphone to get breaking news and alerts around the clock. I'm Ann Trujillo.